Welcome to PeaCoat After Dark, starring yours truly, PeaCoat Slim. Now, if you are up right now, late at night, scrolling through, looking for something to watch, or trying to make sense of the world, this is the right place for you. No noise, all perspective. Let's get started with today's show. Who does the Constitution apply to? That's the question of the day, guys. That's the question of the day, ladies. That is the question of the day, everybody out there in the free world. That's right, I said the free world. America. Now, in the Constitution, the United States of America Constitution, it mentions two things: a person and a citizen. Now, the reason why we're going over this is because there are a lot of illegal immigrants and there's a lot of asylum seekers and there are a lot of refugees and there's a lot of United States citizens that just don't know the difference between the two, and they think that what's going on outside is illegal. And you're going to be the judge after finding out this new information that took me maybe 3 days to compile and figure out and find out, fact check to see if it's true. Now, it says that there's a difference between two different groups: a person versus a citizen. The Constitution purposely uses these words to separate everything. Why? Because if you're a person, you are a citizen, which is great, but you're also a non citizen. They use that terminology so they can add in tourists, visa holders, refugees, and asylum seekers, also illegal immigrants. So in case something was to happen here, or if you did make it here, you felt like that you were in a free country. This is what people are traveling all over the world to get to. This is why they're coming here to America, because we have all these free laws. Now, if you're ever pressed up on by ICE or anything like that, you just have to understand these key things. There are certain amendments that work in your favor. You do have the right to due process. That's right, due process. That is a right to a fair trial as well. That means lawyer, speedy trial, jury, all that good stuff. What you're also granted is the 14th Amendment, which most people don't know. That means that the states must treat all persons equally under the law. So if you're being treated equally under the law under the 14th Amendment, you're pretty much being treated equally under the law anywhere it says persons in the Bill of Rights. Anywhere it says persons in the Bill of Rights. That's the first 10 laws of America, pretty much what we stand for. You know what I mean? But yeah, tell me why the citizen rights, and this is where it gets a little cryptic. The citizen rights, they could vote in federal elections. Now, in some states, they allow non-citizens to vote in their state elections or their local elections. That's kind of weird, guys. That's kind of weird. But anywho, they allow that to happen. You know what else a citizen got the right to do? They got the right to run for federal office. That means president, vice president, Congress. Need to be a citizen to do that. Natural born in order to be the president of the United States, from what I heard. Then you got the jury service. Typically, jury selection is limited to citizens only. Deportation. You can't be deported if you are a citizen. Just cannot happen. Cannot happen. Cannot happen. Now, let's get into a couple of these key Supreme Court rulings that allowed this to happen, because this is also equally as important. These are things I did my little research, man. I was out here on my encyclopedia stuff. You got your boy Yick Woo versus Hopkins. This happened in 1886. The Supreme Court ruled equal protections apply to non-citizens as well as citizens. Boom. That right there said in 1886 that we had to treat everybody as if they had equal rights, protections under the laws. Then you have in 1982, Plyler versus Doe. States cannot deny public education to undocumented children. So that means if you were not from the United States and you were going to school, the state couldn't say, "Oh, you can't learn here. You don't have citizenship." They can't do that. That's against the law. Against the law. The Supreme Court said it. Because we're a free country. This is America, the best country in the world. And we could do stuff like that. You know what else happened? You know what else happened? In 2001. Lord forgive me for I'm going to butcher this. But Zavides. Well, y'all know what I'm saying. Zavides versus Davis. Non-citizens can't be detained indefinitely without justification. So that means that they could not detain somebody who was a non-citizen indefinitely without no justification. You got to have reasoning. You got to have reasoning. Now, with that being said, how is ICE working their way around all these amendments, guys? Because it sounds like a surefire plan to, they can't walk up to me and say this. They can't do this. You know what I mean? How are they getting around this? I'll tell you how they're getting around this. ICE cannot enter your home without a judge warrant. A judicial warrant has to be issued for ICE to enter your home. Also, here's another thing that most people don't know. Here's another thing. ICE gets into your home, or they get into your areas, or they get information out of you because you give consent, people. You give consent. You unknowingly, y'all be giving consent to these people so they could do what they do. They work their way through loopholes, guys, because there's immigration law that's being played out at hand right in front of you. Immigration law right in front of you. What are the loopholes? Here it is. It's civil versus criminal. ICE is civil. They are immigration enforcement for civil issues, for the civil issues. That's right. You know, undocumented, illegal immigrant, asylum seeker that for some reason told them where they were because they thought they were going to just give them citizenship like that. Still crazy. Still crazy. But the big difference is judiciary warrants have to be signed by judges in order for them to enter your home. ICE doesn't get those. They don't get those at all. There's only very few circumstances where they can get up into your business, be up into your home and stuff like that. They may try to lie. They do tricks and stuff like that. Here's one of them right here. They try to get consent out of you. This is how they do it. Hey, can we come in? Hey, can we talk to you real quick? Can we talk to you? Hey, open the door so we can explain something. You see what that was? Especially that last one. Open the door so we can explain something. Yeah, alright. Soon as they open the door, everybody in a black household know what that means. Soon as they open the door, they go get that foothold in and you're done. They in there now. Now, if you do anything that I'm about to mention right now, any of these things right here I'm about to mention right now, any of them, these next two things I mentioned, if you do any of those things, you have given consent and you don't even know that you've given consent. Open the door. Step outside. Continue to answer questions and share personal information with the agent. That is giving consent, people, and y'all got to understand, there's no talking. There's no talking at all. Now, remember, if they see immediate life-threatening things going on, they can go in there. Remember, if they see you trying to destroy any type of evidence, they can go up in there. And also, remember, if they are in hot pursuit running up on your ass, they can go up on you and get up in there. Now, yeah, I took my notes, y'all. I took my notes. There's what you say if they do come to your door, right? And you confused and you scared. This is what you say. This is what y'all say if they do come to y'all door. Do you have a warrant signed by a judge? You heard? You heard? That's what you say. Do you have a warrant signed by a judge? And here's what you're looking for, people. We're looking for a correct name. Your name spelled correctly. We're looking for the correct address. The address that they're at has to be spelled and everything correctly. And we're also looking for that signed judge seal. We're looking for the signed judge. Where they signed at. Boom. Then they may say, yeah, we got that. All right, slide it under the door. If they can't slide it under the door, tell them hold it up to the window. You look at it from the window. You look at it from the window, guys. You look at it from the window. Now, they may try to play games. They may try to play games because their paperwork is different from the judge's paperwork. Their paperwork different. It may say it's signed by ICE or DHS signature, and you may see that there. You don't see the judge signature, but you see the DHS signature. At that point, do not open the door. Do not open the door. If you notice that, here's what you do. You look, you say, no judiciary warrant. This is not a judiciary warrant. I do not consent to entry. At no point do you open the door because they will not try to barge into your apartment, house, whatever you got. They're not going to try to do that if you don't open the door. Please don't answer none of their questions. Don't give them no personal information because what I call that bait and switch. People try to do that all the time. You having a conversation, they try to bait and switch you into something else. And you like, nah, I ain't doing that. But I'm going to tell y'all some real truths though. If you got a daily routine or something that you always do daily or weekly and you know what I mean, you got that going on, they going to catch you. Here's what they do. They use the information sharing in databases. That's what they do. They go through your DMV records. They look at the local police database. They look at your previous immigration files. This is how they find people. They locate people by scheduling the public arrest to avoid warrants. It's like playing cops and robbers where nobody's really going to get hurt. It's actually kind of fun, actually, if you really think about it. These people get paid just to sit around, wait for you after doing their detective and police work, and they actually get the culprit and take them to jail. And they get like $100,000 for this, a year. It's actually a pretty good, racket. They making a pretty good amount of money doing this. And I ain't gonna hold you. It sounds like fun. But anyway, in conclusion, these people, they avoid going into your homes. They rely on consent, especially the consent that you unknowingly give them. And they only use administrative warrants. These administrative warrants give them the ability to arrest you in a public place. So if you see a whole bunch of them gathering around, trust me, they did their homework. And they're looking for one particular person who's probably got a rap sheet longer than a CVS receipt. But y'all want to block the streets for these type of people. I'm just saying. I don't agree with everything that's going on out there in the world, but I'll tell you one thing. They can't say I ain't do my part. Today, I gave y'all the sauce, the recipe, and how to get out of the situation. I told y'all what to do, what not to do. If you continue to decide to do the wrong thing and there's other lives that are taken away and things like that keep happening, that is on y'all. These people can legit pick you up at your workplace, on a sidewalk, in a parking lot, in a courthouse. They can do whatever they want. They usually sit outside your home, wait for you to go to your normal routine, or wait for you to check in at court, and then they arrest you casually. Just casually. You unknowingly give them access and you unknowingly cooperate with them and allow them into your home and stuff like that. I already showed y'all the video about the DoorDash joint. Y'all gonna catch that too. It's a part of this series. But I'm gonna have to name this series now. Like, this is crazy. But just know, everything that's going on that you see out there is legal. It's not no, oh, they using the Patriot Act or this, that, and the third. Nah, you unknowingly and you're uneducated on that one. They're not using the Patriot Act. These are immigration folks getting other people who should not be here out of here. Now, this is only going on again. Remember, this is only happening because of Kamala Harris and Joseph Moneybag Joe Biden, because they allowed the borders to be open for 4 years and they thought there was no consequences. All these people flooded in, and now we're here. Now we're here. Now we're here. But yeah, y'all, that's my time.
Hey friends, are you forgetting the most important thing? Who you represent? Who are you there to support? Who is in your corner? Are you there for the God or are you there for the devil? Because if you're there for God, make sure you download Bible Gateway. This is somewhere where you can get the Bible on the move, where you can either read it yourself or highlight passages, or you can do my favorite thing, which is listen to the audio book of the Bible. Catch any verse any time of the day at Bible Gateway. Download the app.